Hi everyone, and welcome to this Flow With Ludo session on Twitch. Today we're going to talk about how to import data with Dataflow. What we're gonna discover? We're gonna discover Dataflow, what it is, and what it looks like. We are going to schedule Dataflow for importing data, and we're gonna trigger it with Power Automate. Before we start, I'm Ludovic Perichon. I'm a Power Platform Lead Tech. And you can contact me on LinkedIn or on Discord if you want to talk about Power Platform or if you want me to do a particular subject on a live, please let me know. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, what we are going to do is create a solution for this live. I'm going to code it US cities because it's what we are going to try to import with Dataflow. Okay, and I find out this website here where I can find all the cities in the US with all the states, zip code, and the latitude and longitude for each cities. And that's what we're going to try to import. So first, what I'm going to do is create a database table. So it's going to be one for the state, one for the city, and one for the zip code. Why one for zip code? Because if I'm looking to the file directly, uh, you might have cities like, for example, New York, New York. We might have different zip code. Okay, as you can see, it's a big one, and you have different zip code for each one. Okay, so let's create a table first. Tables first. News. So we say first of all we have states. States, pure name, states. Okay, state. My primary code would be a code. Honestly, just have the state here. Can I have? Could be great if I've got with the name and everything. No, cities. Resources. Can I get here? Control the state here, but I would like to have CSV all the states. What tools? This is data. No, I don't. And here we're gonna use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna save it. Here we goes. Perfect. Okay, so I've got a code here. Save it. Okay, column. And I also got a name. Okay, let's put 200 like this, I'm sure. Perfect. Like every table, I'm going to edit the view, then the form. So card, I also want the name here. Okay. And now let's set it to form as well. Perfect. State is almost done. As we are going to use it to store data, we are going to import with Dataflow. Something is very important is to use a key. So you need to declare a key in the table for this one. For me, it's gonna be the code. Let's say my key state key. Okay, was new key. I'm gonna say cities. Not new key, no key, not new key. Sorry. Up, I'm going back there. So now I've got my states and I want my cities. Table cities. Perfect. City primary column. And that's the thing. Because I'm pretty sure if I'm looking for New York, for example, let's just have a look about how my source is built. I want to. Sorry, my Excel is in French. Data. Okay, I want to split my data. I don't remember. Data aggregation filter convert uh, by comma down. I want this to be a table. Perfect. Okay. And I just want to make sure something. City, no. I just want to filter by city. I got city with a number. It's kind of strange, but it's okay. Okay. If I'm taking it, do you have? My question was, can I have a city which got the same name in another state? Uh, New York Mice, New York. Okay, should be fine. Okay, so primary column is going to be a name. Curiosity. Okay, that's probably because you might have a native table named city. Let's change that. US city, primary color name. Okay. I have a question. When you have an error like this one, where do you have to look first? We say the error message. Let me show you. Let's try to create city again. Okay. Okay. So tell me like I can create the entity cd because Identifier cannot match existing object name. So I guess I might have somewhere in my like what it's telling me right now said I already got an entity name with cd somewhere. Here I'm just in my solution, so I don't see everything. If I go to table here and I'm having a look to city. Okay, so I did create it probably in another project, so it already exists. That's why I can create city again, and that's why I have an issue. So maybe in a previous live I've created city, I don't remember it. So that's why I created another real city. But yeah, where do you have to look when you have an issue? On the error message itself. Uh, if I have different solution, can I have the same names? No, because solution is just like a folder when you put something in it. But in my environment, that's where you have to look. You can't have the same name. Actually, like I got this one is solution. I can just add a table from somewhere else if I need to. So I can add a table here, and it will add my table into my solution. And it can be in this solution, it can be also in another solution at the same time. So a solution is where you regroup everything from Dataverse. For example, just remove this for the moment. Because in fact, when you create something in a solution or anywhere else, it will go to my environment, and you can find that in my default solution. So here you can see all the table I have in my environment. You're welcome. Okay, so let's back to US city. I'm gonna just add a state to my city. So look up state. Okay. And once again, as I'm going to use it in Dataflow, I need to declare a key. So my key here is going to be the name. I'm pretty sure you might have a code or something like this in the US to define city itself. The thing is, probably the data source I'm going to use at the beginning is this code is missing. So just for the demo here, I'm going to use my uh, city key is going to be the name. And of course, I'm going to try to view about my state in it. So publish. Okay. And my form also code name. That's the state. See? US city, main, edit, code, create state. Okay, I was in the table. Sorry for that. So forms, state. Okay, save and publish. And now I'm the last one, which is going to store the postal code and the zip code, sorry, and the latitude and the longitude. So let's do it. Not a new form, table, new table, US zip code. code. So my zip code belong to a city. Look up. Just so many video now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's pretty slow today. Okay. Latitude, number, decimal. Okay, and I've got 6 here. Current NG, number, decimal. Okay. 6 here. Let's edit the view in the form. So city, okay. Save and publish. Created the created date because it's not translated. Don't know why. My browser is in English. Put everything in English, but sometimes it seems to fade a bit. Forms. And that's the owner. So for this demo, we don't really care about the owner right now. Okay. Still have the city in my solution. I don't want it. I don't want the city anymore. Okay. This one remove from the solution. Remove. Okay. And we did forget to add a key to our zip code. So zip code key. Okay, one last thing before to go to the Dataflow itself. I'm just going to create a model-driven application to have a look about what's going on. Let's say demo US cities. Create. New table. So we have the state. We have US cities, and I have US zip code. Okay, everything is here. Can have a look when something will be triggered. Okay. So now let's get into it. So if I don't know if you've seen, I've just created a JSON file. So my source need to be somewhere. I'm just gonna add it to my OneDrive right now. So it's gonna be to my usstates.json. Okay, I'm just gonna upload it quickly. State.json. Perfect. So it should be in my file set.json. Okay. First, we're going to create Dataflow. So Dataflow is not Power Automate. Flows is another brick. Dataflow leads you to import a large amount of data into your Dataverse tables. It can be useful, for example, you're working with another software who export data I don't know, every night, every week, and every month, and need to inject it into your database table. That's what Dataflow is used for. So just take data from somewhere and you import it into your database table. So US cities, say import states first. So here I'm going to have a look into a JSON file, which is going to be into my OneDrive. It's going to use it. Nice. Okay. Create connection. I got select a file, and I got my state JSON. That means if tomorrow I change a file and I will re-upload it, my data will change as well. Don't forget the connection here. I already have one, but you can create a new one if needed. And I don't know what else. Okay, how did you convert it to? Oh, it doesn't look good. If I'm good at this one and this one, just want this as a source. Maybe might not be the best reason I have. Let me change the reason first. Okay. How do we change this one? Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna do a few quick change. This one is code. Okay. Oops. Code. Replace all, and I want to change. It's not a great idea. Change this first. Yeah, I should find probably another source about my state sources, but let's do like this for the demo, and this one I would say it's okay. My extension JSON pretty print, erase pretty print. Okay, and there is a issue somewhere. Oh, come on. Always an issue. Yeah, just this I'm going to change with Okay, it's something like track. Okay, and let's change once again. This one with code. Okay, and to finish, hmm, okay. Up this one I will have a good. Okay, nice. Let's do it again. So now I got a proper data source for my states. So let's get back into my data flows. Ah, just forgot to upload it again into my OneDrive. Let's do this. OneDrive. Make sure it's. Did I save it? Yes. Load a file. Load a file. State JSON. Replace. Okay. Now going back here. Edit. Let's do everything back again. Delete. Delete. New data flow. US import state create view more JSON file. This one is on my OneDrive. State.json, select connection. Okay. Sorry. Doesn't look like the one I just uploaded. Download state.json. Where it is? Delete. Let's do again. Okay. Let's try one more time. Maybe if I edit it, it's going to find out that my file has been changed. No, it doesn't. You know what? I'm going to call in state 2. I'm going to import state 2. Yeah, I didn't find out that the state didn't have a name and probably should have found out before to start the live, but it should be okay. New Dataflow, US import cities. So once again, Dataflow is to import a large data from a bit everywhere you want into your Dataverse tables. Scenario is you're working with another software when they probably give you data to import like every night, every month, and you need to import it quite often, so every night, every month, it depends. So that's where Dataflow is made for. That's why Dataflow is made for. So yeah, now it's look great. So my design is pretty simple, so I don't have any data to transform. But for example, you can add other color if needed. You can transform your data, add another data source, maybe switch between the source and do anything you want. But here, I just to show you, for example, if I'm adding custom column code and bubble, I can do something like code and bubble. Okay, and I have another column if needed. And you can just play with your data like this. If you need to do, you can add another source to your queries if you want to match it into queries. And if you want to input multiple data at the same time, you can do so. And here we will see all your, let me show you, for example. If I'm taking a CSV from copy link address from this source this time, create a connection is going to be anonymous. Looks great. Create. Here I'm calling the states and the cities. If I'm going next, you can import states and cities in one pro. I want to do this for the main reason is when I'm going to create the cities, I need to match states, and if the import both at the same time, states wouldn't exist yet, so it will fail because it's going to tell me like, yeah, I don't have the state right now. So yeah, let's keep like this. Do not load cities. So I want to upload to this table. The one I've created is the US state. I want to merge everything, delete row if it no longer exists, and that's why your primary key is important. So it's going to be the codes, my code is going to be the code, and my name is going to be the logo. Okay, for the moment I will just say refresh manually. And I'm just going to rename it. It's not the cities, it's the states. Okay, so it's published, and now it's going to refresh. By refresh is, we can say, execute it. And if I'm playing the US cities with the driven up, it failed. What's going on? Okay. Error code, error inquiries. Error inquiries. So it failed somewhere. I'll just remove this one. I don't need this one anymore. And I will remove cities too. Because everything is here, and you might have an issue. For example, he's gonna say, okay, zip is an integer, right? But he's gonna think about this one on the few example you have on the so maybe 100 items. If, for example, you have thousands of it, and the item number 500 got a letter, he won't change it to string itself. So you need to tell him after that that is string. So we move to cities after that. just try to figure out what's going on with states. Code mapping, okay, publish. In the meantime, I'm just connecting shop group to the show refresh history. The Dataflow refresh group, error in query syntax, so might have an issue somewhere. Still nothing. Oh, come on. Show refresh history in syntax. What is wrong with it? Error in query syntax. Yeah, but I have no idea where the issue come from. Edit. My source. I got everything here. Expand. I have no idea what's going on. What is the issue syntax? Okay, and change all the format to label itself. Text. Put meter, this one doesn't change. Oh, state ID. I know what's going on. Okay, I didn't choose the right primary key. Asked to primary keys GUID of my items. The issue is I tried to put a string into the GUID and it tell me like, yeah, it's not the right thing. It's not the right column. It's not the right query. So let's try to do this again. This one, I'm gonna choose a state key, not my primary, my GUID, and now it should work. So make sure you choose the right primary key here. Publish. So now I should see some states count. In progress. That's pretty long for a few states. Oh, it's working fine. Okay, done. So now I've got all my states here, and now what I want to do is to import my cities. Now I know my states exist, so I want my cities to be imported. So this one is going to from the CSV, the one I just copied from there. Just click on next. Okay, perfect. Choose from data. Okay. For the moment, I don't need the zip, I don't need the late and the longitude. So I'm just gonna remove this column, and I want to make sure that I just have a unique value for each state and cities. So I'm gonna remove duplicated too. Perfect. Just click on next. Load to existing table, dev, np us city, import method merge, choose the right primary key, so not this one, but this one is going to be the city, the name, and the state, which also is the primary key on the state column. So that's what primary key is important in Dataflow. And you can't have a primary key is also unique. You can have two primary key. And that's what is going to be used if you find out that item doesn't exist anymore. It's going to remove it. So its primary key is very important. Okay, I guess this one should take a little bit more time. Just make sure we have few cities first, and when we're going to start, we have few cities in the database. We're going to move to zip code. Okay, so as you can see, it's working, and you can see the number increase over there. Perfect. So my city should take a bit more time, and so during this time, I'm going to use import zip code, create, and we're going to use the same CSV file. So, okay, transform data. Here, I don't need any more my states. So I'm just going to remove this column. I don't, here, I'm not sure, here, I'm pretty sure that I put everything in string on the other side, so on my table. So I'm just gonna say, okay, I don't want this to be an integer, I want this to be a string. So you can just do a transform to change type to text, but I want to do it at the first place. Why? Because if, for example, you have like I said, number 500, 35 ABC, where it's going to try to make an integer the first time, is gonna fail. So make sure here you have directly a text at the beginning. So it's text. Don't need the state anymore because I've got my city. Insert. Okay, I think I've just been. I already removed the state. That's what the issue was. I removed it once, twice, and tried to remove twice. It failed, so I just remove my failed state. So yeah, I've got everything here. Let's go on next. Load to next table. Existing table. Let's say it's going to be DDD zip code. Where it is? Dev LPE US zip code. Here it is. Merge delete the one which doesn't exist. I want to take the right key. So my code is going to be my zip. Latitude, LNG is fine out. Great. Just make sure if it's this one still working. Let's find out. Here, more Dataflow. Yeah, it's still in progress. It's okay. I need to move on. Let's say next. I might have a few issues because maybe you can try to create a zip code on a city which doesn't exist in the table yet. But it's going to be okay because we're going to scale it to everything. Okay, so I can bring it back here. But as you can see, it just took me like a few minutes to have 5,000 and more in my database. So Dataflow for large amount of items is pretty efficient. Not publish. Why is not publish? Okay, just need to be refreshed. Okay, so it's working fine. if I'm not ready. City empty. Oh, did I miss something on zip code? I've got my city here. Yeah, I don't see the show hole. I've got the zip, the latitude, longitude. I don't have the city. Kind of strange. Where is it? Let's try again. But it exists. It's something. Here's the code. Import method, merge. You don't want me to. You should have city somewhere. That's where the issue is. There's a lot of issue today. Sorry for that. But at least you can see what's going on. Keys, got my city key on the name, which was there, and there's a code because I didn't choose the right column. And I assume that city doesn't have a primary key, so that's why I can't see it in my data flow. Well, at least you see other issue you can have. US city, US city. Okay, I'm just gonna edit the view. Edit. It's not city anymore. Remove US city. Save and publish. Okay. So let's edit zip code now, and I should see US city in my current map. Cities. Okay, current mapping. Here we go. So the reason was I choose the wrong city table, and the wrong city table doesn't have any primary key. That's why you can't see it. You need to have primary key to do all the data imports. And now I can click on publish. Probably gonna have to wait that this one has already finished to do another execution. But at least it's going to be ready for the next thing. So now it's great, but I did execute everything manually. So I want to do is I want to schedule things. So to schedule an import, you just have to go there and say edit refresh setting automatically, and I want to be refreshing every, for example, days at 1 EM or also 1 EM. And let's say if we find out that it takes an hour to import, then I'm going to import city at 2 EM and then zip code at 3 EM and so on. Like this will be refreshed automatically every night. That's great, but let's say, for example, this one failed. So I don't want to import cities again because state has failed. So what I want to do is like if state is finished and succeed, I want to import cities. And then city is finished and succeed, I want to import zip code. And that's what I'm going to show you to do with Power Automate. So once again, just to finish this one, you want to schedule your import or whatever, just go there and put refresh automatically. And you can still refresh manually by doing this. So right now to do so with Power Automate, the thing you need to know, I'm going to open External Toolbox. If you don't know this tool, it's made by TangyTools, and it's just a toolbox with a lot of tools in it. And I'm going to use Fetch XML to have a look. Not next, not now. So Fetch XML just to let you know who has made this one. Has been so TangyTools for example toolbox. Fetch XML is been made by Jonas Rapp. And if you don't know this, you're working with Dataverse, it's something you need to have. Like it's pretty great. I got everything ready. It's not fair. Let's click new. So it's made you just click and do things. It's going to create your all request to put into Power Automate. And the thing to know is the data flow is stored into a table named MySDN data. I think it's data flow refresh history. Yeah, here it is. So here I got all my data flow execution, and you also have the error if needed if you want to do so to play with it. So I'm going to select an attribute. I want the name. I want my refresh statue. Refresh statue. I also want my data flow name, data flow ID, and you can have the start time if you want to. Do you have end time? Okay, execute. So I can see that US simple state has failed twice. The one the issue we have the before and one succeeds, and the other one haven't finished yet, so you can see it here. But me, what I want to do is to filter where my data flow name equal US import states. And add condition statue is equal to success. Okay, great. I like it. Just go back there, create a new Cloudflow. You can automate it. US Dataflow Manager. When row is added, edited, modified, and I'm just going to say, oh, sorry, it doesn't want to translate everything, so it's created or updated. Let's find out refresh. Sorry, scope organization. Select column. Now you can go back to XM toolbox. Say convert for automate parameters. And here you have everything. Just click here. You can copy if you want to. The one I want to keep here is my refresh status because I want to start when refresh status has changed. Now I'm going back there. I want to copy this one. Okay, my preferred statistics, I'm fine with it, but it's going to be executed only if US import state has succeeds. And that's not what I want to do. I wanted to export it when I filter this one, delete it for the moment, condition. We said Dataflow name equal US import state condition name import cities. This one is or this one is and view convert for automate filter copy looks better. Okay, now depending on which flow has finished, condition switch on the data flow name if it's the state. So if it's equal to US import state, that means this one I just finished and succeed. I want to refresh data flow. So environment group, okay, and it's going to be the cities. Then if cities has finished and succeed, import cities. I'm going to refresh environment. So next one, which is zip code. So this one trigger when data flow is finished and succeed. Okay. If it find out the one who has finished and succeed, where the statue is success, is going to, and if his name is this one is import state, is going to call import city. And on, like if it's cities which has been done, it's going to call zip code. And you can keep going like this if you have like a data flow with children element. Of course, what you can do as well is to create a condition if you have like, for example, here, no, sorry, status. I failed. You can do notification or whatever. It's up to you. But from now, I will keep it simple. Okay. Where is... What about my data flow right now? Still in progress. That's a lot of data. Yeah, I think I can cancel this one. Can I cancel something which is refresh right now? Show refresh history. Action. No, no. Oh, sorry. Can stop something. Edit history. Yeah, something I forgot to talk about. So we did everything with a Power Automate to start a data flow. What I can also do is to use the incremental refresh. No, sorry, that was something different. I just mixed up everything. It's another thing. I will just let you have a look at the documentation. Um, I just hope CD is going to finish soon. If I would like to cancel, I can do it. From the recent one. We are in Tennessee. Tennessee, is it the last one? Yes. I have no idea where it is. Okay, it's very far to finish, I guess. So, well, maybe not. I see SD, TN, and then after TN you have something else. TX. Okay. So I'm going to show you on something else. I did this live demo with uh, French cities as well. So you got region, department, commune, which is cities and everything. Because it's gonna take a long time to report all the cities. It's working. I'm confident with it. The only thing is, I did the same thing with French city just for the demo. So we did a flow exactly the same way. So if I'm just hitting this one, yeah, you can see exactly the same. So if it's region was done, it's going to call department. Department is going to call cities, which is common. And if you just play with, for example, region, just refresh. It's in progress, and when it's done, it's going to move to the next. It's going to call another data flow. Just open at the same time. Okay, this one is done. And as you can see, it has moved to the next one, departments. So what did happen? So when it has the success and the name which match region, you just call another data flow to refresh, which is department. And then department we call another one. So region, finish, succeed, is called department. And when we finish, we call cities. That's what I wanted to show you with the one we just created, but cities is too long, so you won't see anything which happened on this right now. But it was to give you an idea of what we can do. So yeah, I won't be able to show you the one for cities because it's too long to import. Yeah, I didn't find out there was. I should have think before that there was so many cities in the US, which makes sense actually. And yeah, as you can see, the pattern has finished, so it triggered coming. And yes, that's what I wanted to show you. If you just refresh states, working fine is we call cities, and when city is done, it will call zip code. And that's it for today in the Dataflows. So if you have more questions, if you want me to show you things again, please contact me on LinkedIn or Discord. It will be a pleasure for me to show you. And once again, if you want me to do something especially about Pro Platform to show you things, let me know. And yeah, I will do it for sure. So have a great day and see you later.